Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me. As always, before we get started, if you could give me a like, share, a thumbs up, comment, and don't forget the subscribe and notification buttons, I would appreciate it. So, if you're following the Lindsay Clancy trial, the recap did not get up until late last night, so we're doing that this morning. The defense is up, and I have my own opinions so far. I'm really trying hard to keep them to myself because I do want to hear all of the defense. I do have to ask though, what is the prosecution doing? Um, I read somewhere, I don't know if it was a news article or what, but the bows in the hair, that is supposed to, I don't know how true it is, but I read somewhere that they're doing that, and it's supposed to represent Cora, because she always had little bows in her hair. Um, as a prosecution, you're supposed to be professional and you're supposed to be unbiased. Um, I don't know how good they're doing at this point. The only thing I will say, if I need an attorney, I've instructed my daughter and my mother, call Red, because I don't know. I'm kind of liking this lawyer here. So let's get into it. The witnesses yesterday. The first one up was Susan Clancy, called by the defense. The direct examination, and this was just a little bit about her. So she lives in Skychuet. If I booger up some of these places, very sorry. Married to Chris Clancy, parents of Patrick Clancy. Knew Lindsay through marriage. Visited homes in Weymouth and Duxbury. Grandparent to 3 children. Worked 38 years in labor and delivery at South Shore Hospital. Familiar with postpartum specialists, including Dr. Meg Spinelli. Arranged educational rounds with Dr. Spinelli. Observed Lindsay's symptoms in fall of 2022. Insomnia, appetite loss, anxiety, and sadness. Lindsay sought medical help, asked witness for support. Witness connected Lindsay with perinatal clinic, NP Julie Hall involved. Lindsay, quote unquote, begging for help. Frequent text and phone communication. Thanksgiving and Christmas, Lindsay was struggling. Met Lindsay at South Shore ER on November 16th. Lindsay drove herself. The ER doctor prescribed trazodone. Lindsay left the ER driving her own car. Witness aware of clinic contacts and medication changes. Reviewed text extraction report, confirmed messages. Aware of holiday events, outings, McLean hospitalization, which was January 1st through the 5th. Confirmed Cora's birthday party on January 7th. Confirmed outings such as Cape Codder, Museum of Science, and the ski trip. Confirmed Lindsay sought help from multiple providers. And the cross-examination. Confirmed Lindsay's texts from ER on November 16th. Lindsay drove herself to the ER. Witness sat with Lindsay during the ER visit. Confirmed trazodone prescribed. Confirmed Lindsay left ER in her own car. Initial clinic contact via midwife Nanette. Julie Paul suggested. Lindsay reported benzodependency concerns. Reviewed medication-related texts. Confirmed intrusive thoughts December 15th. Confirmed Lindsay declined inpatient admission at Mass General. Confirmed women and infants discharged same day. Confirmed the Aspire hotline calls. There were 2 of those. Confirmed McLean admissions on second ER visit. Confirmed Seroquel dosage increases and tapering. Confirmed ambivalence about Ativan. I screwed that one up big time. Confirmed no auditory hallucinations reported to Tufts, Gelada, or Dukes. First report of hearing a voice, January 24th. And then they had a redirect. Women and infants turned Lindsay away due to over-medication. Aspire hotline twice declined inpatient recommendation. And then the recross. Witness did not review women and infants' records. Postpartum period definitions vary. Outpatients options included contacting Gelada. Witness unaware Gelada did not return phone call. And the exhibits that were referenced was 279. The next witness was Dr. Donald Condi. They were called by the defense, and the direct examination explained serotonin reuptake and SSRI function, explained postpartum hormonal changes, defined postpartum blues, depression, psychosis, confirmed Lindsay reported symptoms consistent with postpartum depression/psychosis, discussed importance of blood tests, which was thyroid and hemoglobin. Tufts and Gelada did not perform blood tests. Reviewed the DSM-5-TR bipolar criteria. Explained mania, hypomania, psychotic features. Reviewed Lindsay's exercise patterns and postpartum running. Reviewed December symptoms and medical visits. Women and infants discharged due to medication complications. Reviewed Aspire hotline calls. Reviewed Mass General ER visits and McLean admission. Reviewed bipolar considerations and mood stabilization discussions. Reviewed Seroquel dosage escalation, 25 milligram to 400 milligram was the target. Reviewed Lindsay's complaints about Seroquel. Reviewed January medication regimen. Reviewed DSM versus ICD postpartum psychosis clarification. On the cross-examination, reviewed CV postpartum experience questioned. Involvement began via civil affidavit. Relied on medical records and New Yorker article. Interviewed Patrick Clancy. Lindsay sought psychiatrist first. Reviewed Zoloft reaction and blood level testing. Reviewed Zulresso research. Reviewed mania criteria. Reviewed insomnia criteria. Lindsay denied decreased need for sleep. Tufts notes contained checkboxes. Zoloft pill count discrepancy not reviewed. Reviewed intrusive thoughts December 15th. Mass General affiliated with McLean. Lindsay declined inpatient admission December 15th. The women and infants visit was December 20th. Lamotrigine prescription. Seroquel titrate plan. Tapering before McLean admission. Tapering continued at McLean. January 12th active prescriptions were amitriptyline, diazepam as needed, and trazodone. Lindsay was not on all medications simultaneously. Had concerns about Ativan, no auditory hallucinations reported to providers. And the redirect psychosis can be episodic. SSRI should be used cautiously in bipolar patients. And then the recross. Dr. Condi did not interview Lindsay. Patient honesty varies. And no exhibits were referenced. The third witness was Dr. Elizabeth Lapazito, and they were called by the defense and the direct examination. She identified herself, board certified in anatomic and forensic pathology, reviewed medical, police, EMS, autopsy, and crime scene records, reviewed Lindsay's South Shore and Brigham and Women's records, reviewed autopsy photos of children, identified bruises consistent with active children and medical treatment, identified EEG cut marks on Callan's head, identified fluid resembling bruising, reviewed Lindsay's wrist and neck injuries, hesitation marks present, reviewed scene photos and diagrams, described C1 Jefferson fracture consistent with head first fall, described thoracic spine compression and spinal cord injury, described rib fracture and thyroid/voice box cartilage injury, reviewed hypothermia and spinal shock, confirmed massive blood transfusions, and confirmed core temperature of 82 degrees Fahrenheit. And on the cross-examination, Rhode Island ME office violations reviewed, did not treat or examine Lindsay, challenged mechanism of Jefferson fracture, challenged absence of external head injury, reviewed hospital photos showing intact scalp, challenged certainty of scalp bruising, challenged fall mechanism versus injury pattern. The redirect, there was none. Exhibits reference was 281. So the exhibits were 279. That was the text extraction report from Susan Clancy, and then the 281 were the diagram illustrations from Dr. Lapazito. And then out of the jury presence, the jury was excused for scheduling. There were multiple sidebars. There were issues addressed, exhibit objections of the diagram accuracy. Rulings. Exhibits admitted over objection. Jury instructed to disregard religious-based questioning. So that is what happened yesterday. I did want to find this one comment, if I can. I'm not finding it right now, but long story short, so yesterday somebody had put down that this was before the recap was up and things like that, but someone on Reddit, they had listened to this trial from day one. And by this time, we're in day what? 15, 18. I don't know what day we're at here. Let me see. Day 15. So they've watched from day one, and it got to the point they're like, it's too much. I do think that the defense is going to be a lot, and we thought that the Commonwealth represented a lot, but I think the defense, this is going to be a hard one to listen to. So again, if it's going to cause a trigger warning, or it's too much, it's a trial. Step away. Protect your own mental health, because this is a lot to cover and it's a lot to listen to, which is why I do the recap. Again, if you prefer to hear the video, let me know. The only reason that I switched that up was because I wasn't too thrilled with the video quality. So, but if you want me to, we can do that. But it is very, it's heart wrenching. So, just wanted to get that up. I hope everybody has a good day. I don't know if I said it at the beginning. If I did, happy Wednesday. I was thinking it was Tuesday. It is not. It is Wednesday. So happy Wednesday. Have a good day, and we'll talk soon. Thanks, guys. Bye.